The year is 2015. Artificial intelligence is no longer science fiction, but it's still unpredictable, fragmented, and, to many, misunderstood. The world stands on the edge of a technological shift, yet no one fully understands how powerful it might become, or how dangerous it could be. In that moment of uncertainty, a small group of visionaries comes together with a bold idea. Not to build just another tech company, but to build intelligence itself. This is the story of how OpenAI went from an ambitious experiment to creating ChatGPT, a tool used by hundreds of millions, and a product that reshaped the future of human interaction with machines. In 2015, artificial intelligence was advancing rapidly. Tech giants like Google, Facebook, and Microsoft were investing heavily in machine learning. But there was a growing concern among some of the brightest minds in tech. What happens if AI becomes too powerful, too fast? Among those concerned were Elon Musk and Sam Altman. They believed that artificial intelligence, if controlled by a few corporations, could become one of the most dangerous forces in history. So they decided to do something radical. They founded OpenAI not as a typical profit-driven company, but as a mission. A mission to ensure that artificial intelligence would benefit all of humanity. In its early days, OpenAI wasn't building products, it was building foundations. The team focused on research, deep learning, neural networks, reinforcement learning. They weren't chasing headlines. They were trying to solve one of the hardest problems ever attempted, creating machines that could understand and generate human-like language. But progress was slow and expensive. Training AI models required enormous computational power, billions of data points, years of experimentation. Failures were common. Breakthroughs were rare. Still, the team pushed forward. In 2018, OpenAI introduced GPT, the generative pre-trained transformer. It was a new kind of language model that could predict and generate text in a surprisingly coherent way. It wasn't perfect, but it was a glimpse of something bigger. Then came GPT-2 in 2019. And suddenly, the world started paying attention. GPT-2 could write paragraphs that sounded human. It could answer questions, complete stories, and even mimic writing styles. But it was so powerful that OpenAI initially hesitated to release it fully, fearing misuse. For the first time, people realized this wasn't just a research project. This was something transformative. But even GPT-2 was just the beginning. In 2020, OpenAI released GPT-3. This was different, massive in scale, trained on vast portions of the internet, capable of writing essays, code, conversations, even poetry. Developers began experimenting with it. Startups built tools around it. The possibilities seemed endless. But there was still a problem. It wasn't accessible to everyday people. You needed technical knowledge, APIs, coding skills. The real breakthrough hadn't happened yet. November 2022. OpenAI releases something simple, something unexpected. A chatbot. They called it ChatGPT. At first glance, it looked like just another AI tool. But within days, something extraordinary happened. People couldn't stop using it. Students used it to learn. Writers used it to create. Developers used it to code. Businesses used it to automate. For the first time, AI wasn't hidden behind complex systems. It was conversational, accessible, and immediate. It felt human. Within 5 days, ChatGPT reached over 1 million users. Within 2 months, it crossed 100 million. It became the fastest-growing consumer application in history. What made ChatGPT different wasn't just its intelligence. It was its simplicity. You didn't need training. You didn't need instructions. You just typed, and it responded. It turned artificial intelligence into something anyone could use. And that changed everything. Suddenly, AI wasn't just for engineers, it was for everyone. As ChatGPT surged into global consciousness, the reaction from the tech world was immediate and intense. What had started as a conversational AI tool quickly became the center of a high-stakes technological race. Companies that had spent years quietly developing artificial intelligence suddenly found themselves under pressure to move faster than ever before. At the heart of this shift was Microsoft. Recognizing the transformative potential of ChatGPT, Microsoft deepened its partnership with OpenAI, investing billions of dollars to secure its position at the forefront of the AI revolution. But this wasn't just a financial move, it was strategic. Microsoft began integrating AI directly into its ecosystem. Tools like Word and Excel were no longer just productivity software. They were becoming intelligent assistants capable of drafting documents, analyzing data, and automating workflows. Even its search engine, Bing, was reimagined with AI at its core, turning search into conversation. Meanwhile, competitors scrambled to respond. Google, long considered a leader in AI research, accelerated its own projects, pushing forward new models and tools to compete. Across Silicon Valley and beyond, startups began emerging almost overnight, each attempting to carve out a piece of the rapidly expanding AI market. Venture capital flowed heavily into AI-focused companies, fueling innovation at an unprecedented scale. The entire industry shifted almost instantly. Artificial intelligence was no longer a distant vision of the future. It had arrived, and it was reshaping everything in real time. But with success came challenges. Critics raised concerns about misinformation, bias, and job displacement. Governments began discussing regulations. Educators questioned its impact on learning. OpenAI itself faced internal and external pressure balancing rapid innovation with safety and responsibility. Because building something this powerful comes with consequences. Despite these challenges, ChatGPT continued to evolve at a remarkable pace. What began as a simple chatbot quickly transformed into something far more sophisticated. Each new version brought improvements in accuracy, reasoning, and creativity. The system became better at understanding context, solving complex problems, and generating meaningful responses. But the real transformation came when ChatGPT expanded beyond text. It gained the ability to process images, analyze documents, and assist with increasingly complex workflows. It could help write code, summarize reports, generate ideas, and even act as a collaborative partner in creative projects. It was no longer just answering questions. It was helping people think. This evolution marked a fundamental shift. ChatGPT was no longer just a tool, it was becoming a platform. A foundation upon which individuals, businesses, and developers could build entirely new ways of working. And with that shift came a new reality. AI was no longer something you used occasionally. It was becoming something you relied on daily. As ChatGPT spread across the world, its impact became impossible to ignore. Industries began to change quietly at first, then all at once. Writers used AI to brainstorm ideas and overcome creative blocks. Developers used it to write and debug code faster than ever before. Businesses automated repetitive tasks, freeing up time for more strategic work. Students discovered new ways to learn, receiving personalized explanations and guidance tailored to their needs. For many, it was a powerful tool. For others, it felt like a disruption. But for everyone, it represented a shift, a fundamental change in how humans interact with technology. For the first time, technology wasn't just executing commands. It was participating in the process. It was collaborating. And that changed the nature of work itself. Amid all this transformation, one thing remained constant: the original mission of OpenAI. From the beginning, the goal was never just to build advanced AI. It was to ensure that artificial intelligence benefits humanity as a whole. That vision shaped every decision, every product, every update. It wasn't enough to create smarter machines. They had to be useful, accessible, responsible. This philosophy guided the development of ChatGPT, turning it into something more than just a technological achievement. It became a tool designed to empower people to enhance their abilities rather than replace them. And as the technology continued to evolve, that mission remained at its core. A reminder that innovation without purpose is incomplete. Today, ChatGPT is used by hundreds of millions of people around the world. It has become part of daily life for work, for learning, for creativity, and for communication. What once felt like a futuristic concept is now a routine tool. At the same time, new challenges continue to appear: ethical questions, societal impacts, and the need for thoughtful regulation. The story is far from over. In many ways, it's just getting started. Because the rise of ChatGPT isn't just the story of a product. It's the story of a turning point, a moment when technology crossed a threshold and began to change how humans think, work, and create. And what happens next is still being written. The next time you type a message into ChatGPT, remember, you're not just using a tool. You're interacting with one of the fastest-growing technologies ever created. And its story is still being written. Subscribe now to explore the stories behind the technologies shaping our future.